Welcome everybody. You've been working all day and my hand is like nowhere near the screen here, but now it's after work. I'm Joe. Welcome to That One Show. We have a plethora of stuff to catch up on from Tokyo Game Show tonight. We also have some interesting news follow-ups from last week in regards to Doug Bowser leaving. There was one other thing that the Xbox ROG Ally X pricing. We have the website up now. All the official pricing we talked briefly on last week. We'll get into details there and some stuff that I maybe judged a little too harshly on in terms of like who the heck this is for. I'll explain more when we get down the road. And then of course we got some Botchamania stuff for the later half of the evening, and some random good old school music coming into a random Mafia-thon moment that I was like, hold on, this is home, wait a minute. So we'll get into all of that now. I don't have any housekeeping other than if you're watching this on YouTube and you happen to want to catch these live, I cut out a lot of like stuff of random conversations in between whenever we get hit with a raid from another streamer and stuff like that, just to kind of like make sure that it's like locked in on focus. So if you ever want to see that stuff or the random moments of like me drinking energy drinks with the P word in them, go on over and twitch.tv/JoAfterWork. And I do these whenever I stream live. So it's usually at the beginning of streams. We go for a couple of hours, and then from there we continue on the night with gaming. So like tonight we'll be doing a developer spotlight for Final Fantasy Tactics a day before the game drops. I also like midstream got my notification that my Switch 1 copy just got shipped out, so I should be getting that tomorrow. But we will be playing the Switch 2 version of the game, so that's also a +1 right there. So without further ado, let's get into the madness over here of we got a lot of trailers, and this is going to be kind of the first one isn't a post Tokyo Game Show thing or a thing I missed from Tokyo Game Show. This is a post Tokyo Game Show, and then we'll get into the Kojima stuff that I had missed, because that's all the stuff that like we had briefly talked about for 2 seconds, but I did not get deep into. So this first one is a trailer for a game called Project Retrograde. This is a nice, lovely 4K trailer, and it's Resident Evil Last of Us like horror game is what it's being correlated to. It's a 5.5-minute trailer, so we'll be the judges of that. Let's check it out. Monfia, MK, Kokobo, what's going on, dog? How y'all doing? Also, we got an ad break in 30 seconds, y'all. Sorry about that. Boom.
What's your code name?
Winter.
You ventured this far
That
to
was
find us.
such an
What's
AI
your
VA.
purpose?
To prove what they said was a lie.
District 30 is now complete under Project Retrograde. The Lux
October
system is about to
1995.
begin trial runs in newly developed areas.
Mara, we gotta
We have
go.
some
They're
breaking
building
news.
houses like it's
Following
Staten
reports
Island,
of
bro.
unusual cases, officials assure us the cause has been identified. All residents, please head to local quarantine zone.
She looks like the girl from Tormented Souls. We acid stealing here. Oh, we got aliens. Now what in the hell? Inverse City Gameworks. I'm gonna have to look them up. Oh, it's James Vanderbeek.
Nice work, Hunter.
Yeah, I got it done, but I don't know. Is that me?
What in the Death Stranding?
Find that surface agent. She can help.
Okay, I feel like they threw in a bunch of buzzwords because
Target.
Sean Anderson. He's behind the recent mutation.
And they sent you in alone?
That's not what I
it's Resident Evil nor The Last of Us are the impressions I'm getting right now. Okay, I guess because of the stealth killing humans or infected. I'm not being able to see. Oh, damn. Dumped the hell out of him.
A bounty hunter and a surface agent. Interesting.
Yeah, that voice is so AI,
Bring 'em
it's
in.
not even
Time
funny.
to put down these rats.
It's not even,
Feeling.
What?
no
Lobo's gonna
cadence. Bland
say, "Sean
AF.
comes against us, we're in
Okay,
trouble."
Alan Wake. Okay, John Wick. Jesus. Yeah, that.
Come in.
Is that Lobo? The whole underground was infested. They abandoned us, slandered us.
Oh. Oh, then. Oh, that. The face was on the. Oh, hi. Okay. I like the variety of monsters that they're showing here.
Are you?
Damn,
you.
dangled by the damn.
Yeah.
Okay, are they just showing the entire story to this game? Because, like, what the hell? Okay, Ryu and Ken out here. The Baba Yaga cooking, not gonna let. Right. I thought the man in the suit was John Wick. Yeah, look. It's like John Wick Death Stranding out here. They've done pulled from like 82 different plots. This is Control now all of a sudden. Okay, so like that game had like 42 different titles on top of it. Make up your mind. What the hell? There were like 10 different like mechanics, 8 different plots happening here. What is this game? I'll keep an eye on it, but I don't know what the hell. Okay, Gliz, what's going on? Oh man, bruh of steel, what's going on, dog? How you doing? We out here reanimated movie gun fu, bro. There were, I don't know what the hell we just watched. I feel like that was my brain working in real time right now. Like, what even was all that? Like I said, we'll keep an eye on that. But one trailer to keep going with the games inspired by other games trailer going on. Apparently, OD Knock is maybe the Silent Hills PT we never got. So let's see what this trailer is. Again, I held out until this weekend today because one, I completely forgot about the Kojima stuff, and two, I've been off since Thursday from streaming. So let's take a look. Let's see what we got here. People have been freaking out about this game, so I'm like, okay, is this the horror game that I've been waiting for as far as like Kojima goes? Because we're finally getting it. Let's see what happens here. OD Knock, Kojima Productions. Oh, that's the mailman every time. Every time. 10 years since the horror. The cursed have once again into the forbidden. Just real quick, hold on, because that is kind of cool. Hold on. I don't know if that is what they meant, but it is interesting. I mean, this is 10 squares, but like the 9 squares thing from Silent Hill 2 of like the save points and stuff like that. Like you see the 9 squares towards the end of the game. Spoilers for, you know, a 20-year-old game. That is kind of cool. That is a nice nod. Queen Kitties, what's going on? Janelle's mom, what's going on? That's a lot of eyeballs. Who got that many eyeballs? Light the fires to celebrate their... We love obscure. The building was blank from a 3D scan of a blank found in a blank. That's... I love the and then blank were blank in a sinister ritual. Oh boy. It's always a ritual. My man got the finger sleeves out here. My man said, come as you are, as you were. Oh, nah. The craft. It's got the little baby too, like it's freaking Death Stranding out here. number of eyeball. I guess eyeballs are going to be a thing. Maybe looking at, you know, from within. Or now, why are we burning the baby wax? Come on, see, that's what you get. That's what you get. That's an old school match. They still make matches like that? Okay, but why the ones with the faces? What's really good right now? Yeah, you kind of bugging. I wonder if this has any ties to Death Stranding. I don't know what the lighter box says. Oh, the meat man is here. Oh, he magically got henna on him. Okay. Go on with your bad self. Some big ass hands. Okay, just like every Hideo Kojima game, ain't nothing make goddamn sense. Sophia Lillis, Udo Kid, Hunter Schafer. Okay. All right. Dramatic much? For all players and screamers. Now, what you mean by that, Kojima? Xbox Game Studios. Who are we fooling? That's gonna be out on PS5 and PC also. Hold on though, because can we just appreciate how crazy this Fox engine is, bro? Or not Fox engine. What the hell are they using? It's not Unreal, right? They're not using Unreal, right? They're using like their own in-house engine or whatever the hell. Oh, it is Unreal Engine. Damn. Bro. This is crazy looking. This is wild. Holy crap. Say it to, what's wrong with Scream? Hey, listen, ain't nothing wrong with Screamers. Jackie, what's going on, homie? Nah, y'all are wild for that. But wait, hold up. Nah, this is crazy. Sorry, I just like this looked really nice, but then you get to like the actual dude. I would have, you could have told me this wasn't, they were an actual like actor, and I would have believed this was live action. That's freaking wow, bro. Technology is getting crazy out here. You literally asked the question. I'm just here for the memes. Listen, I'm just, Kojima be on his freaky shit sometimes, but also hold on. Can we have? Wait, where is it? Where is it? It's like, right? Damn, can I even get the? Damn. That's some big ass hands, but I think that's their hands. Where's the? Damn, I like almost got it. I hate slowing it down, but hold on. Let's do it at like 5 times speed real quick. Damn, even still. Oh my god, I can't get it. I can't get it. Bro, that's some big meaty ass hands. Like, what the hell? That's some ET looking ass fingers too. Hold up. They're phoning home? We're talking about aliens? God damn. Those are fucking sausages. Shit. Hold up. Are they packing too? Like, let me stop. Big meaty hands out here. Like, I'm just saying, Puppy Chulo, what's going on, homie? How you doing? Y'all go show Jackie V some damn love out here. Charms, how the heck you doing? Juwan, what's going on, homie? Oh my gosh, dude, that was kind of nuts. I have 2 boxes of them. Can confirm they are still made. Wait, what was that in regards to? I forgot already. What was I looking at that I Oh my gosh. No, no, no. I'm just low. What do you mean? Ain't no shot. Ain't no shot. The matches. Oh, okay. I was like, damn, hold on. Updating wilds. I need to do that tonight. I definitely need to do that before I go to bed. I need to leave it on while because I know that thing's gonna take a hot minute with those damn shaders. You did say Kojima was on some freaky-ish, bro. For real though, like I was like, what the heck? All right, so moving on, we have more from this Kojima stuff that I missed out on, the Beyond the Strand event. So there is a new animated Death Stranding show, movie, question mark, happening. This is the working title, Death Stranding Mosquito, and it's a teaser trailer. The screenshots that I saw, this thing looked pretty clean as far as animation goes. They got babies left and right out here. Also, I would say spoilers, but I got like up to chapter 5 of the first game, and I've yet to play the second game, so I don't know if this has any bearing on any of the games. Now, what the? Now, why are we tonguing everything? Bro, this is the 3rd game. We got people choking people with big meaty hands. We had John Wick, the Resident Evil series happen. That's a long tongue. That is a very long tongue. Hands on eyes. Oh, hi. That was a wild jaw jack. Oh, that's interesting. They took the body that was in the ocean or whatever they describe it. So I guess they are protecting their own kind. Huh. Oh. That's interesting. Is that how that works in a game? I'll play it one day again. More hands, bro. They got more hands than Crazy Hands. This is a Smash Brothers game. Didn't even know. This Stranding has such an easy to follow storyline. I said sarcasm there. Okay, I do like the animation though. That was definitely. I heard about this being like something that stole like a bunch of different things. We will come back to that. I'm gonna just move this over to here. We're gonna keep going though. We have one more for the Kojima thing, and then we have some other game trailers from over the weekend that I missed. So this one is a Zaku Cross Kojima Productions special movie, 5 minutes. Let's take a peek. Saku of Japan. I don't know, unfamiliar with like these names. But I guess this is like, you know, preview of things to come. Damn, I like tried to not knock that down and I knocked it down. I mean, jealous. Ooh. Honestly, you're right.
Even if you try to be perfect and think you're perfect, the times keep changing, don't they?
Ain't that the truth? Are they making rice?
Our perspectives change, so we keep moving forward while remaining imperfect. When we
Is
work
this
together
a
with our users to
alcohol?
perfect our products, well, there's no such thing as perfection. In that sense, technology is constantly changing, and things that weren't possible 20 or 25 years ago are now possible. And the sake that tastes good at that time is the cutting edge of the industry.
I was like, they're making rice, but for what? And I was okay. This makes sense.
To the limit. Oh,
Kojima.
There's mold in there. Yeah. And we create an environment in here that will allow this
I'm sorry, I have to pause this. This is getting crazy now. Like, did y'all hear about the Kojima credit card? He has his own credit card now. That's like available to sign up for and everything like that. Now, Sake, I can fuck with. The credit card just makes no sense, but like,
Caution.
this is hilarious.
Just like this.
Dot. It's
Quite hard on the waist. It feels like it's been a day. It's about this much. Yes, amazing.
Wow.
It's rising really fast. It's bubbling, bubbling, bubbling.
Yes.
Oh, this isn't working. This is really hard. The value of sake is created the moment.
And I guess
someone puts
that's
it
the
in their
owner
mouth.
of the brand. Okay,
Oh, this
I
is
honestly,
delicious.
this was
It-
not what I was expecting.
You have something you want to say and you process the taste well and deliver it. Well, most people don't understand, but one or two people will say, "Oh, this is what I wanted to say."
I
I
F's
hope
with it.
reaches people and
People say it's
Yeah,
delicious.
that is
It
cool.
makes me happy to make it.
oh,
Making your
really?
own
The
alcohol?
company was
Bro.
founded in 1869, so it's been a little over 150 years now.
Wow.
So to be honest, there hasn't been much of a tradition of passing down the flavor.
Oh. I don't know, maybe I
think
haven't
sake
seen that
brewing
brand
is
because
always
maybe it's
cutting-edge
like
technology.
similar branding, similar bottles, but I feel like I've
The
seen
ratio
that
of pure
before.
sake to pure
Not those,
sake
but
is
the like the
60%,
green bottle.
50%, and 40%, and you couldn't do
And
that
no,
for the
not
raw
soju.
sake of the Edo
Soju
brew.
also comes in a green bottle, but
We use the best technology.
feel
of
like
this
I have
era to
seen
make
that.
the sake delicious. The taste.
Probably changes a little bit every 10
that's
or
cool that
20
he's in it
years.
though. Like he's
The
actually
times are
like,
very
you know, in
similar
the
to
video
changing,
at
but
least.
the
Obviously, he's
original fun
not
of games
there.
changes, right?
Excuse me, all the time.
I think it's a very delicate process of maintaining our own policies and the things we want to protect as the times change.
That's a vibe. That's a vibe right there. Hold on, I'm just lower that just a little bit.
As for the sake, it's a
I got
little
you in
more
a second.
fruity. Sorry. I don't know about lunch.
Oh,
Rational. But isn't that interesting? It's a
Human skill, or rather, a will to make sake.
that's a fire bottle.
If we
That's
make
what I was
sake
trying to
and leave
see.
it behind, even though I die and my body
This
dies,
gotta go for
what
like
I
a
make
couple
will remain
hundred.
as a meme, so that's synchronization.
This has to go for like a couple hundred.
Making the inside of the thing.
That's clean. That is clean. What? That's a clean ass bottle. I get me a bottle of Kojima Sake. That packaging is crazy. Also, who came in with that hot sub? Ace was here. Ace, thank you for the submarino. Enjoy your emotes, and most importantly, enjoy all of the damn bubbly. Can we get some hearts from chat for Ace out here? What is going on, homie? Nice meeting you at the meetup, dude. For real, bro. I was saying earlier at the beginning of stream, I was like, dude, like this is the most that I've like walked around and like talked to people. Normally I'm just in a little corner or on the table, just like chilling out with like 2-3 homies that I know, just having a good time, being a fool, and then like I get ramen afterwards. And like this time, like I felt comfortable enough to be like walking around and go into like other circles and stuff like that, because like there's other people that I know, but it's just like I I don't normally walk around around like that for like things like that. So that was really cool. Damn, where'd you get ramen at? There's a spot, Kyoto Ramen, that's like 3 blocks away from that spot. But also, that place, maybe they weren't advertising it that day, but you can order ramen, or maybe they just do it for like like some of their other events. Cause like I saw WrestleMania Night 1 there, and they partnered up with like one of the other ramen spots, and you were able to just like order and they delivered it right to the space, which that was really dope because it wasn't that far either. But I don't know if they had it there on Saturday. I didn't see, like, there's usually like a little QR code thing and you like scan it, but it could have just been like event shit and I just like I missed it. So but yeah, no, that there's a it's like there's ramen, but then there's other food too that you can get. There's the omu rice at that spot is like top tier. It's so good. The place looks really nice too. Like it's a really like creative spot. Kojima Sake 30% off with the Kojima credit card. Bro, I could see them doing something like that. That would be insane. Do we dare look up the price of what this sake costs? Zaku Ludens. Hold on. Excuse me. Essential Japan. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, wow. I was kind of close. What did I say? 150, 130? Did I say 130 or 150? Either way, it seems like it goes for approximately 148 USD. So 22,000 yen is what the premium Zakuludens, Hideo Kojima signature Jumai Daijingo, I think I butchered that. Is what it is going for. Boom, boom. Damn. Oh, and then they got I guess they have two different bottles because one is 4,400 yen. Maybe that's like a little tiny bottle, like a little. That's probably like a small sake bottle or something like that. Hold on, hold on, hold on. That's after tariffs. Oh hell no, it's not after tariffs. You're probably paying a little bit more, probably closer to 200 if I had to guess, to get it overseas. For sure. that's just an educated guess on my end. Y'all, moving on from the Kojima stuff, we did OD Knock, we did Project Retrograde. We have a game that Lulu came in on a raid on and said she was playing this game, Atelier Resleriana, the Red Alchemist and the White Guardian. Let's check this out because I have not seen zero gameplay. I didn't even know, like, the Atelier series, like, they just like they churn them out like butter, and like there's 3 Ryza games that came out before this, and then they started porting over all the other previous Atelier games to like current gen consoles. So this is a brand new one in the series. So let's check it out because I have not seen it at all, and like I'm always curious about Atelier games. I just never get around to actually like committing that much time because they're up there in like the hours that you are spending in games like this for sure. The Red Alchemist and the White Guardian. Now, why is it gotta be red and white? What's happening here? This is very Japanese for those long games. You got my attention. Yeah, you will have fun. Wiccan, this is a game very much up your alley because like for as much as it is RPG, it is also very much slice of life. Like I like to call it slice of life, where you have those like day-to-day moments of just like grinding for materials to create different alchemic stuff. Hold on, I got you 1 second, Mafia. There we go. Damn, that's a big party. 6. Yeah, and there you go. You may... Yeah, it is very anime, but it's out now, so yeah, there's that. That was cute. This was a personal one because I was like, I have kept an eye on this game for a while, and I think it's finally coming out. Like, I feel like it's been years since I knew about this Game Boy Color game that's coming out. So there's a company, Incubate Games. I think they're like the publisher for all these games that get put onto both retro consoles and also get put out on like, they're usually on like Steam or something like that, or like the demos will be on like itch.io on the slight occasion. But they produce the physicals, and they actually go live a lot on Instagram, and like you can see them like putting together the cartridges and stuff like that, which is or like the boxes and whatnot, the packaging. So this is a game called Infinity, created in 2001 by 6 friends, revived by 2021 by 3,500 backers on Kickstarter. In a world the brink of war, an ancient evil awakens and disgrace knights to meet it. So yeah, quick story about that. That is actually true. The game was in like being developed and then stopped development and got picked back up on development 20 years later. So that's how that all got put together. Discover the most anticipated Game Boy Color game, Infinity. So yeah, it's dead ass like a true Game Boy Color game. It's a lot going fast. Yeah, you'll probably also usually they put all these games on like Steam and whatnot, so you'll be able to more than likely play it on there. I would have to imagine. Yeah. God damn. Bro, that's nuts though. Son, some of these movements though. Is my Game Boy Color gonna explode, or my Analog Pocket gonna explode trying to like have this go? Music's banger. Obviously this music ain't gonna be in there. This is hilarious. An elaborate script. God damn. 6,000 times speed. Yeah, okay, this is definitely coming out to PC as well. They're probably giving you all the emulation stuff to go with it, which is kind of neat. Oh, that was very Final Fantasy VI there. That sprite looked like a better model of Terra as an Esper. With the hair waves. Nothing showing. Grab your Game Boy Color and save the world of. I can't see it because you put the thing over that. So there you go, Infinity. Finally, question mark, coming out. Pre-orders open on. Oh, it's the pre-orders for this damn game. Come on, this game needs to come out. God damn. All right, so something cool for all my Parasite Eve heads. There is a Parasite Eve Lite game that is coming out eventually. This is an announcement trailer. I don't know if it has an actual release date, but we're gonna go to the trailer, then we'll read that article a little bit. But this one is from an indie company that's working on a Parasite Eve Lite game. And when I say Parasite Eve Like, the battle mechanics down to the character model looks very much like Parasite Eve. So let's check it out in its entirety here. I saw a screenshot of it yesterday on Twitter of blanket physics. This is Parasite Eve 1 right now, like the way the way they have that battle going right there. And all them juices. Deku Tree holding onto a football. Bro, I just got trauma from Lifeline. The microphone. Oh my god. Parasite Eve, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time, bro. That's a great series. Well, great game. The last one, you know, we won't talk about. Damn, why she walking like that? Hold up. Can't. Okay, I get the Deku Tree, but can they do that? Is that allowed? Please hold. That's a little bit bordering on alien, no? Oh, wait. Whoa, wait. There's the tail and everything too. Hold up. Son. Wait a minute. I think a few different IPs might have some questions. That's nuts. Sams, what's going on? Oh my god. Ben Sty. Oh, yeah. Yeah, look, she kind of looks like Aya. Like, it's different enough, but she kind of looks like Aya Brea. Jesus. Oh man, we're checking out this Parasite Eve like game. That's fire. That's a fire finish. Yeah. Hold up. They even got the font, bro. Nah, I don't know. Son, real quick. Just bear with me a moment. Parasite Eve cover art, because I have to show y'all something. I pull out my disc right now, but this will suffice. Bro, whoa, that's a little aggressively on point. There's the Parasite Eve art cover for the PlayStation 1 in North America, and that's the Parasite Eve. I don't know, y'all. That's kind of close. That's a little too on the nose, no? That's a little too on day. Someone really said, listen, if y'all are not gonna make another game, we will. I'll do it my damn self. And then just said, all right, well, here we are. Parasite Mutant is also crazy, considering it's literally, wow. Wow. If the name isn't close enough, yeah. That's crazy. The Alien one took me, fucking Ridley Scott out here about to have a whole heart attack right now. Dude, what? Like, it's got the tail and everything. Son. All right, well, we're gonna have to keep an eye on that one. Move into the article real quick though. Because they listed off a bunch of stuff with it, I guess, apparently. But key features, they got also this comes from Gematsu. Combat system, active time chains, which combines the popular active time battle system used in RPGs in the late 90s, and a 3-segment chain system. Art style, Parasite Mutant uses a semi-realistic anime art style and utilizes modern rendering techniques, to give our players a HD visual experience. Additionally, we have introduced a retro filter and CRT filter to bring players back to late 90s to 2000s vibes. Nice. Parasite Mutants is a survival horror game with a diverse array of horrifying mutants. In the game, the players will solve various puzzles in search of answers and maybe uncover a horrifying secret of this universe. Level up system, Parasite Mutant uses its classic equipment progression system. Players can catch various modules onto their equipment. They got a new game plus and an outfit system, which we did see in the game there. It is interesting that they already promoted like new game plus right off the rip before the game's even dropped. Don't know. Yeah, it's gonna launch for PC and PlayStation 5 in 2026. Don't know if Square's got their eye on that one though. So question mark. And while we're on the topic of things being potentially IP ripped, I did hear about this, but I have not seen anything. So we have to take a look at this Ananta trailer. Let's take a look. Can I copy your homework? Yes, just don't make it obvious. Literally that. Sounds like another production. That's crazy. Wait, they got like the... Let's just drive off. Doing the stunts. Wait. Anime GTA goes crazy, but hold on. The lower left section usually is a circle map, but they got a rectangle. Did y'all see that? Bro, Marvel is gonna... The Kojima stuff. Hold on. Citrus Grove. Stop. No shot. Are they loading into an... This trailer is not even finished. What the fuck am I watching right now, dog? Yo, this is hilarious. Oh, hi Garnet, what's going on? Oh, hi Blue, what's going on? This Spider-Man GTA 6 Uncharted. Bro, I've seen like several different IPs, which like I think the only one that I really have serious questions about is like the Spider-Man swing. That's kind of like the actual thing in the game. Like, I don't think they could do that, but bro, they did the character thing from GTA 5. I mean, who's to say that, like, you know, that's not like a thing that you can't just like take, but like, who talk about copying homework? They took the whole Venom kit and they took the Spider Bot. Bro, this is crazy. This is my first time actually. I heard about them saying like it's various IPs, but I didn't know it was. Oh, that's what you just meant about the Spider Bot. Son, this is nuts. I don't know, man. That's crazy. That is Miles' speed. I was like, that has to be like the beat for beat, because I was like, what the hell is happening over here? Also, y'all go show Sailor Garnet some damn love out here. That's the homie. And freaking y'all also go show Blue of the Satires some dang love out here. Bro, free yet?
Hello, Cap, are you there?
Not Captain America.
Are you talking to me or hosting a block party?
I found him 6th floor, middle room facing south. But next time, I'm done playing the delivery guy.
Son. What?
Brother, it's not over.
Huh? I'm already skipping red lights as
Did it change colors?
I know, I'm just venting
Oh,
another
it's two
roast
different
with
colors. I
today.
didn't catch that.
Good thing I'm sure
Liz,
I can
what
grab
is
it
going
and
on?
check it out. Forget it.
This
Just make
is
sure you don't get
crazy. Yeah, I
Chill.
don't
Almost
know.
there. I won't get pinched.
Cap?
That was funny. Liz, thank you for the resubmarino for 61 months. Enjoy your emotes, and most importantly, enjoy a little bit of the bubbly out here. Can we get some hearts chat for Liz? Yeah, I think we're gonna have to at least see what this game is. So if Sifu, Spider-Man, GTA, Batman, Cyberpunk, Watch Dogs, and anime had a baby is nuts. Why we just put it as anime? An MC that looks like an adult. Oh my god, this is amazing. And the character customization looks interesting. Oh, let's see. Are they gonna call out bot on this one? No. Okay. 7 minutes of content before silent for almost 2 years. Yes, worth every damn second. Ooh. Uh-oh. Ever since they released the name of the game, they swapped over their official YouTube channel and been posting updates here and there. They didn't upload much relevant stuff lately. Honestly, this is relevant. Don't want to be the party poopers, but this kind of look like pre-rendered gameplay, so I'm gonna wait a bit. Bro, main character is literally throwing hand. You mean pre-rendered? All right. Useless stuff there. Players before this trailer. Release the game, please. Players after this trailer. Please don't rush the game. Take your time. Oh man, a lot of Uncharted too. I never played the Uncharted games, but I'm assuming what the action, I guess, like the fighting sequences. Oh man, they legit added the same character switch animation as GT. Yep, yeah, people are calling that out too. That's funny. Quality vibes, aesthetic, gameplay seem immaculate. This being an actual game that's about to get like, I will say, it seems like at least the comment section for like the few that we've read seem fairly positive and excited towards it, right? So it's like, okay, you know, I'm not gonna burn people's like, you know, happiness over a game that I didn't realize this game must have been in some form of development hell or something. I'm gonna have to look into it. I'm gonna have to look into what the heck is happening over here. But yeah, that does seem interesting, because it looks like there was also like a demo gameplay video here as well from someone else. Yeah. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. I'm genuinely curious, but not for the same reasons those people are. I'm just like, how deep we going on this? Oh my god. They copied a whole car drag scene from Uncharted. Oh, that's nuts. Not okay, so they really said, Sony, let me copy your homework from all of your developers. That is nuts. Dimitri, what's going on? Everybody that's popping on in. We're in the middle of our show called That One Show After Work. I go through all the, little things that keep me of interest in terms of gaming news, any nerdy news that pops up, and any random things that pop into my head or that we happen to catch along the way gets ending up putting on the show. I chop these up, I edit them up a little bit here and there so that way you don't hear the banter in between other than the actual topics that we were discussing over on YouTube. So I try to get them up the day after we stream these. So you'll see this slightly edited down over on YouTube there afterwards. Later on tonight, we got a developer spotlight for Final Fantasy Tactics. And then if time allows us, we'll switch it on over to Silent Hill to close out for the evening. So that's the plan right now for tonight. We're about to get back into it in just a moment over here, because now we have our actual news topics, which we'll kind of breeze through most of it for the most part, because one of them I kind of want to savor a little bit, and I think I'm going to let the news soak a little bit more, but we'll briefly talk about it and I'll get my quick thoughts, and then if more develops throughout the week, we can maybe do a deeper conversation dive on it. But up first, we talked about very briefly what the prices were for the ROG Xbox Ally X and the ROG Xbox Ally. We got the 16 gig RAM version 512 for $599.99, and the ROG Xbox Ally X 24 gigabyte RAM 1 terabyte for $999.99. And it was crazy because we literally the day before we're talking about it again. And it was just like, it's like, and it was like in the back of my head, and we talked about it weeks ago when they first announced this during, was it the Summer Games Fest weekend? It may have been that weekend where Xbox had their game showcase and they showed it off for the first time. And I was like, bro, this this thing got to be close to $1,000 if that on one of these versions, if they do multiple versions. And then the further we got in on it, the more I was like, damn, they are not announcing this price. There has to be some hike up in pricing here, and lo and behold, the Ultimate Edition being $1,000 for measly little peasant console players who play on their Switch and their PS5. I realized for me, it's personally not for me. I am glad it exists, but also that price range is definitely out there. But the more I thought about it, and the more of I don't have the YouTube channel up anymore. It got recommended into my feed. There was some gentleman that was doing something actually similar to what we do here, but he was having a whole solo podcast on just the ROG Ally console stuff and how they were excited about it, and the reasons why were actually things that I personally did not think about. And it comes to the whole specifically the dedicated PC handheld market and how the pricing structure is fair to that market of people. And I'm like, Xbox is trying to get, your console and handheld gamers there, but they're also trying to cater towards that market of the people that are just getting the Lenovo's, the Steam Decks, the what was the other one? The Aya, I think it was an Aya company one that was 2,400 or something like that, some crazy expensive one, right? And it started to get me thinking. I'm like, I've been looking at this a little bit wrong. I personally, for me, still not gonna get it, but it does make sense from that aspect when you're waiting on other competitors in that particular market for them to announce their pricing and whatnot. And I think the Lenovo Go is something along the lines of 1,300, if I'm not mistaken. And this cuts it by 300 with close enough specs. I think the Lenovo Go is apparently powerful. I have to do a deeper dive on it, but I just wanted to bring this back up because I was just for as much as I think that they're trying to cater towards the gaming market of Xbox gamers, people who wanted a PlayStation Portable, but we got the PlayStation Portal, right? And the Nintendo Switch people, for that matter, also coming over to try a handheld that's a little bit beefier, right? It's more meant, it seems like it's definitely more catering towards the other side of it, that like deeper niche of tech nerd market, that I was like, oh man, yeah, this is definitely for them. This costs more than a PS Pro. It does, yeah. Like in on the high end, it definitely does. Like it's kind of crazy. Like even 600 for the base model is definitely up there. And like when you think about the advantages that it does have in terms of like, they're definitely going to cater more towards utilizing their Xbox Game Pass and, you know, cloud gaming for the most part. Like I can definitely see more games being on cloud than playable on this thing, because the way technology just kind of goes for PC parts, it's so fast and rapid that like if you're trying to play something on this device, and let's say it's Monster Hunter Wilds, and let's say, I don't know, but like let's say the parts that are in it allows you to play it at middle settings, then when the next generation of like Nvidia cards drops and all that stuff, like it kind of knocks back the the older tech in terms of like what you can run at certain settings, right? And like certain companies will optimize enough to go back on certain graphics cards, but I can totally see like outside of first party Xbox games being more so on like that, hey, this might work with certain limitations, or just play it on a cloud sort of thing and have it as an add-on to your Xbox console, because I believe it's like supposed to be streaming from your Xbox or something like that. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm willing to be a little bit more forgiving on that pricing structure in that regard, knowing that like, yeah, like tariffs and all that definitely are playing into the way these things are being priced out. But yeah, again, you will not see me with this one unless I unless I come across the lotto and actually get it for free. Let me catch up with y'all, because I know this one's kind of like this one's an interesting one, because I do like, I was asking last week, and like it didn't seem like we were the crowd for it for sure, but like there has to be someone that this is for. And thankfully I found that YouTube video. If I find it again, or I find that individual YouTuber, I gotta give him credit, 'cause it's like he put on a whole different perspective that I just was not thinking about. And I was like, you know what, you're right, let me get my head out of ass for a moment. um Huyo, let's see. This ain't a machine for most people. This is for the 20 hardcore Xbox fans. Is nuts, yo. The price doesn't seem bad, but I don't play games much in handheld mode. Switch 2 does good for what I want with docked mode, and that part too. Yeah, like for me, that I think you and me, Trentish, are on that mindset of just like, one, I am very much like Nintendo centric when it comes to like keeping up to date first on any current generation consoles. It'll always be Nintendo for me, but like also like I know that like it's not the souped up beefy handheld console that like people want to have their hands on in terms of like the actual like playing on certain particular PC specs. I'm gonna get to that in just a moment. I just want to finish this up. But like also like the Switch 2, in terms of its power, if y'all saw that Resident Evil 9 running on there, that shit is smooth as hell. It is buttery smooth. I mean, Grace also looks like butter, but like that the gameplay, I don't want to hear anybody talking shit about the Switch can't be running some of these damn games anymore. Like the point has been proven, and even with Final Fantasy VII Remake on top of that, we were just finishing up our conversation about the ROG Ally X, but I wanted to go back real quick, because yeah, no, Blue was saying it's definitely a niche nerd market. It ain't moving no sales, and yeah, I would have to agree with you there. Like I think it'll do basically, and this is like no snide at the Steam Deck, but like the Steam Deck sales indicate that it's a niche market. The Aya Neos, they sell through them, but they also make consoles like it's a damn cupcake factory. Uh who else can we add to it? Ambernick, which well, Ambernick does more like the retro console thing. Man, now all these names escape me, but like you have your Lenovo's and all that stuff as well. Zero, thank
So
you.
close, almost there.
Thank you for the 67-month resub, Reno. Enjoy your emotes, and most importantly, enjoy a little bit of bubbly brother man. Actually, wait. Well, question for Zero, because you are in the like this whole. Are you gonna pick up one of the Ally thingies, the Xbox ones? Finally, there's someone that I know that like I may actually yes or no it, but like there's a 50-50 chance. It would be Zero. Don't worry, there's no judgments casted here. I've been genuinely curious trying to figure out where this was going in terms of like who this catered toward, and it took me on a random recommended YouTube video to like realize where this market is scared towards. Every game not on play everywhere. Yeah, no. The price alone, and then on top of then that on top is the insult to injury. Yeah, no, because they're definitely like they've already started saying how like there's going to be games that you like they're very much heavily promoting the Xbox Game Pass through this, right? And it's like you one has to wonder that like how many of these games are actually going to run. One, two, how many of those games on Xbox Game Pass are also going to be downloadable onto this device? Like there, like I keep going back and okay, now I'm bullying my Steam Deck because I own a Steam Deck, and this is the one thing that like really upsets me. It's like I own it, and it's like or gonna stay on top of that. Like they do come in and out like it's a Netflix movie. There's a lot of good points to them, and it's like in my head there's a lot more negative points to cons to pros in that regard. And it's like going back to my Steam Deck thought real quick, there's a lot of games on my Steam Deck that are not compatible on like for my Steam Deck from my Steam library. So it's like dude, I am now at the point where like I can't play Monster Hunter Wilds on there. It allows you to install it, but it does not boot because it's a game that's not optimized or like willing to run on the Steam Deck, I guess. But then you have like Final Fantasy 14, where I don't know if it's been fixed yet, but you have to like do these workarounds. It's the you can but situation, and I don't know how many you can buts in this you can do, because you can install other stores onto these ROG Ally X and Xbox Allies. But how many of these games in those libraries are you actually going to be able to play? It's like there's always more questions and answers to that, and like hopefully we'll get the answers in like a couple of weeks. For me personally, I'm too frugal to be spending that much on a handheld for this caliber, for it to not be like my biggest worry is the support in a year from now, in 2 years from now. You know, like how long is this going to be supported to the point that like I'll be able to play, you know, certain games on? Because with my Steam Deck, I certainly know it was frame one when I couldn't play half of my older libraries because they weren't optimized for a Steam Deck, or like there were like 2 yellow check marks out of the list, and it was because like certain keyboard settings were just like not functional in it, even though it has a built-in keyboard and mouse on there. That's the shit that pisses me off the most. I'm gonna be 100 on that one. Oh my god, yo. Well, how it works is that you can play Monster Hunter on Windows 10, but Capcom said if an update to the game causes it to not work on Windows 10, it's not their fault. They basically said, hey, keep your shit up to date. Let me stop. Oh my god. And it's just change interface from the one that ROG comes with. Yeah, and now those have that mode now, right? Am I not mistaken? Or is that like just one particular device that had it ahead of time of this being released? Oh yeah. Steam Deck is different because it uses Steam OS, but like that's the point. It's like, yes, it's like based off a Linux based thing and like even their OSs, but then you can also install Windows 11 through like whatever haphazard way you can go about it. But the fact that like they made this big stink about like play your games on the go, it's like, no, I'm not trying to play them wirelessly. I want them bitches installed on my shit. Like, come on, man. What are we doing here? You know? Like at some point it's like, all right, yeah, you have to like communicate with the developers that are wanting to utilize functionality on a Steam Deck, and you're not going to get the buy-in if the sales aren't there. Like, and I don't think that was thought through. Had that thing sold way more than what they sold right now, I bet you they would have gotten the backup on that to get more support onto there. But you were reliant on this, you were reliant on everybody else before you sold the hardware. That's the best way I can put it, you know? And I don't mean to be an asshole about it, but it's just like, that's the one that pissed me off as like someone who pre-ordered that frame one. And I was just like, that's the part that upsets me, you know? I play my PC games on Legion Go unless it's a AAA because they push it to the max. But question with that, Eddie, are you able to play those games but at a lower setting? Because if that's the case, then at least that's like a plus right there that you can still play it. Like, that's something, you know? I'll take that, you know? Oh man, I found the Prime you're looking for. ETA Prime, right? I don't know why I fucking, oh my god. I saw your ping and you said that and I'm like, fuck, I know this is gonna bother me. ETA Prime, god damn it. See, I was subbed, y'all. I'd be watching him every day. Oh my god. But yeah, there. Oh damn, he tested it. Ooh, 4 weeks ago. I lied about watching him every day, but I do watch him a good chunk. He just be building shit, and I'm just like, I need him in my earphones right now, man. Like, bro. But now I completely forgot the point of like why we were even talking about ETA Prime. I'll be honest. Oh man. All right. Love that, man. He's so good. He's so good. Compatibility. There you go. Thank you. Oh my god. Yeah, I can at like 720 and they're loaded locally. See, that's a plus right there. That's at least, you know what? Take that as a win, you know? Like, you have the option, right? Oh yeah. A lot of the games will be cloud based. Oh, hands down. Like I feel like in like 2 years, 3 years time, if this thing is supported enough, that we'll see something along those lines of that, or everybody that's bought this device is buying it to just not play the Xbox stuff, can play their library. This is essentially their new Steam Deck is another option to look at it, right? Like I'm trying to find some of the bright sides in there, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I got 18 months financing from Best Buy. You think I just got 1,000 cash? Listen, I'm the fact that like anyone's buying it, you know, like regardless of whether you have the money now or over time, like, you know, you're getting it. You're gonna enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, fucking. I hope to goodness it works out for you, dog. It ain't really a dark or a bright side. It's just there for tech geeks. That, and it's like it's a very niche market. That part for sure. It is definitely like and the amount of devices that keep continuing to come out from other third parties and on like almost like a comical monthly bi-monthly basis. Like I swear, Aya Neo has like a new device, a new direct every month, and I'm just like, huh? Didn't y'all just come out with one? What's the difference between this one and the one that you just dropped? What are we doing? Oh yeah. It ain't outpacing anything. It ain't changing the game. It's just there for PC and Xbox heads. Like and sometimes, and I know I said before, like, yeah, it's like the Xbox like family, but like I wonder how much of that Xbox family is actually gonna go after this as well. You know, I'm genuine. Like, it makes me question it from like the devil's advocate side of things. Like, are they really though? You know, like it's gonna they'll sell, but I don't think they will sell. Like, we're not talking Switch numbers. We're not talking like I would be surprised if they meet Steam Deck numbers because Steam Deck's what, a few million or something like that, right? Over 4 or 5 years that it's been out now, right? Why is everything vibrating on my fucking desk right now? I don't care too much for the Xbox aspect of it. I care about the ability for this thing to perform for my Steam library. Bang. There we go. We were just saying that 2 seconds ago too about like who's going to be using this in like 2-3 years time just for the other things and not the Xbox library. You're frame one in it, dog. Switched you past the Steam Deck in 2 weeks, then got the regular Asus. You know, Yen, what's going on? We're about to move on because I think we've beaten that one like a dead horse now at this point for sure. Y'all the ones who truly know, because you guys got all the consoles. I haven't even bought the Switch 2 yet. Liz, I'm shocked, but also I know as soon as an Animal Crossing gets announced, you're gonna be all over that. All right, moving on. Happier times, right? We'll skip on that one for today. We will save the EA stuff for another time because that's a whole other thing that I'm hoping bakes a little bit more and we find out a little bit more on. But we got a new for my DS heads out here, right? My Nintendo DS heads, mainly because we also need to make time for Final Fantasy Tactics at the very least. We got an upcoming retro device out here from Anbernick. Apparently this got leaked out. But it's been rumored since last year. God damn. Hold on. That this device may have been in the works, but this is a DS-like looking console. They got the dual screen thing, and we've seen a couple of them come out. This one got shout out to the red top on top of that, dude. Like, the only thing that's missing is like a fake open slot for the bottom for the Game Boy Advance section over here, bro. Oh my god. But yeah, this is apparently the potential DS thing. Let's read a little bit over here because I only stopped it, excuse me, for the video, but this morning, videos leaked of Anbernic RGDS showing off a handheld that looks pretty similar to Nintendo DS Lite DSi. However, it's unclear whether these videos are AI generated and being leaked, quote unquote, to build some hype, or if it's all just a ruse. The placement of the controllers has been shifted to accommodate dual joysticks found below the D-pad and ABXY buttons on either side. Looking at the screens, it appears that Anbernic is sticking to the DS Lite DS design. Shout out the DS Lite design. That was my favorite. That was the one that I had in college. I know I'm old. The top screen is flanked by speakers on both the left and the right side, giving you surround sound experience. When translating the message found in a post from Game Boy Hontaro, Google Translate gave us this. I dedicated this device to those of you who, like me, have spent half of your life pursuing a one-for-one replica look, a symmetrical screen, high quality hinge, and 3-digit budget for a retro dual screen handheld game console, a true dual screen graduation device. So I guess this is the other video here, which is nuts. Something else that has us stumped about whether these leaks are real or not is the image above. Specifically in the bottom right corner is a watermark that Google Gemini automatically applies to AI generated images. There are a number of reasons why this would be there, but we just have to hope that I hope it's not the entire device being AI generated. Okay, so it's potential that this right here is also, which that's crazy if that's the case. AI ad is nuts. We're at that point. I mean, bro, can we find out if that was a Nintendo DS like explosion in the background? Should we look up old Nintendo DS videos? Rest assured, as soon as we know more, okay. For now, we aren't sure whether or not this will be Ambernick's latest Android handheld, or if it'll go back to Linux. That said, the company has been showing off dual screen compatibility on the recent Android handhelds, like the RG 476. Okay, this is the example of the Ambernick working to improve the software with existing hardware, while design work on the RGDS design continues in the background. Now, what's this one? And it's that one. I got. Damn, we're on these little joints playing GameCube games. That's crazy. I'm curious to know what the support for that is, because that's nuts. Whew, my gosh. All right, so didn't know that second part of that. I hope to goodness that this thing is real if that's the case, because that is something that, like, whenever I have played a 3DS game on stream, people ask me if it's emulated, and it's actually not. I have a 3DS that has a capture card installed on it, but the thing with the 3DSs and them getting capture card installations even now, they're expensive to do. And it's like not everybody's gonna go through the trouble or trust shipping it out to another country to get the shit modded. Or if you're like even trying to find somebody that can do it for you in your location, right, is really difficult because there are so many components to the 3DS and those parts are really tiny. Even just getting off the top screen is a task in itself because of how the ribbons are rolled inside the actual hinge itself. It's a hot mess. Like you have to be like borderline expert level or very familiar or have the right tools to be able to like see what's going on that board because those pins are so tiny. So like cutting certain things and soldering certain things and then making sure that it all fits in place, it's like a whole master level art piece to do. So whenever I'm doing that, like people are playing those games on stream through my 3DS, people are like, "Damn, we need like a retro console that has, DS functionality or something like that." I'm like, "We're gonna be waiting a while," and this was like. I was streaming a lot of games off my 3DS in like 2017, 2018. So people were like clamoring for it even then. So come fast forward 7, 8 years later, and we're like just getting some of these now to like do what we've been wanting all along is like huge. Kiki, welcome on in. What's going on? Let me see. Let me catch up over here. Boom, boom, ba bum bum. Oh yeah, I'm good on this. Yeah. I was like, I think we all beat it to it with a dead horse. I'm like, we're all saying the same thing, Neon, what's going on? Welcome on in. You mean even just Pokemon ZA will probably sell Switch to? Oh no, that's a whole other subject. Is it emulation or hardware? This is going to be emulation here for sure. All the Ambernick devices are built off like Android software for the most part, so it's whatever Android equivalent emulation software you're going to be able to use and then putting your ROMs into there. So no hardware on that point. The only ones that are like hardware right now are like companies that are like Analog, for instance, as an example, where there is a form of dumping happening on the cartridge, but you need to have the cartridge inserted in order for you to play those games. But then they also have like I'll call it a quote unquote jailbreak, but like they do have a separate software where you can load in ROMs onto the analog pocket, or like if you have an EverDrive for like any of their SNES or Genesis devices and whatnot, you can use that. They are still apparently the N64 one that's supposed to come out, the Analog 3D. That had like two different ship dates and got delayed twice. Now we're up to October. October, the first set of devices are supposed to ship. We'll see how that comes along, but I am curious if the next thing that they work towards is a DS type like what we're seeing here, where you can play your physical cartridges of DS games onto there. I also think part of that is licensing stuff and like what they can and can't get away with, because like I know there's specific reasons as to why you can make clone consoles of like Super Nintendo, Nintendo Genesis, and all that stuff, but I think you have to wait X amount of years before that's like allowed, and I don't think we're there yet in terms of DS. But you can do things. You're seeing things like this because people are just like making emulation devices at that point, right? I don't think there's a law where that's illegal to do, um, because you're selling it as a device that does this, but it has the ability to do these other things, and it's like as long as you're marketing it as this one particular thing as like a computer device, the rest is kind of like that gray area at that point, but you know what you're buying it for, sort of thing. Oh yeah. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. It's an Android with the skin. Literally that. Literally that. All right. Moving on. There was some brief. This one we can glance over. There were some brief talks at TGS over the Volume 2 collection, and not so much as the as yeah, that's crazy too, because PS3 games are still not even 100% on the emulation scene itself too. So for them to even try to do that, it's almost worth just like remastering the game over trying to emulate it into a collection, which I can totally see them doing. But yeah, Tokyo Game Show, there someone from Konami was interviewed about, and I think it was the director of the first Master Collection, which I do have the Switch version for, but I think the biggest thing was people really wanted to see 4, which is so interesting because of how much shit 4 got. And like, even I was looked at sideways for liking 4. It's like one of the 2 Metal Gear games that I actually played to completion. But I do like that they've come with this resurgence of like doing these remastered collections and stuff like that. I still have my PS3 copy of Metal Gear Solid 4. Like I bought the collector's edition, came with like the Blu-ray and stuff like that, with like all the behind the scenes stuff, which was really dope. But they the whole thing was like they named this thing Volume 1, and it's like, okay, well, when is Volume 2 coming out? They're doing these remakes right now of all these other games, and we've not heard anything about like a Volume 2 collection. But like, what would be involved in a Volume 2 collection? Like, I think the 2 Pie in the Sky ones really would be MGS4 and like Twin Snakes getting off the GameCube for the first time. I still don't know all of like what that entails to get that away from the whatever licensing hell that thing must be in, because Nintendo is part of the publishing for that game. I don't know if they have like some form of rights as to like letting that version of Metal Gear Solid be available elsewhere, because like Resident Evil Remake, for those who don't know, was a GameCube exclusive game or a Nintendo exclusive game up until it released on the PS4. That one and Zero were only on Nintendo consoles for the longest time. 4 was the only one that ended up getting brought over to the PS2 like a year later, which I was always confused by, because it's like, okay, if RE4 made it over to the PS2, why didn't we get the remake or Zero for like forever? And Capcom just kept releasing them on like every Nintendo console. It was like, all right, here's the Wii version with the gun, but with the Wii mode, nunchucks and stuff like that. And like people praised RE4 for having those Wii nunchuck controls for a long time. So it was so funny that it like took that long. And I wonder if that's a similar situation with Metal Gear Solid in terms of the Twin Snakes, but I would love to see that on there, because Silicon Knights did that, and they're defunct now, but they're the same people that did Eternal Darkness as well, and that was another Nintendo published game too. So those are personally my 2 Pie in the Sky ones for Metal Gear Solid. But I'm curious to also know if there was Konami's dropped a bunch of collections already. Like someone mentioned Castlevania in here. Hold on, not Yen was talking about Castlevania, but freaking what other franchises? I have one already, and I think someone may have been onto it already. I was like, I saw a name in there, so we'll see what happens here. Konami's pretty cool. Like they were in the slumpers for a little bit there, for damn sure. But it's good to see that like the Switch kind of brought back some form of life to them, and then in terms of like those collections dropping, and then the remake for Silent Hill 2 last year, really solid. Dragged on a little bit too long, but it was really solid. Silent Hill F I've personally been enjoying. We've been playing it here. I'm ecstatic for the remake to Silent Hill 1. And at some point, I'll pick up Solid Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater Delta, but that one I'll probably wait for a sale for. But like visually, that game looked stunning. Like they have been on one for sure. Maybe someday they'll give us more Castlevania and not just slot machines. Freaking bars, dog. I would kill for that. I would absolutely kill for like, and like not even the Lords of Shadow. Like, give me like proper 2D Metroidvania, like Castlevania. Oh my god, we are in there, locked in. I will be there day one for that. Excuse me. How they not made a Souls like Castlevania is beyond me. I think the closest we got really was like that God of War like Castlevania, right? Lords of Shadow and what was the sequel called? I forget. But yeah. I like Silent Hill though. It's my favorite ever, bro. A Silent Hill like classic collection. Like we're already getting these remakes, but like a classic collection. Like we got the SH collection, which oddly enough was just 2 and 3 put together because they had sold Silent Hill 1 on the PlayStation Network. But I was I did one of these when I saw that collection drop, and I was like, well, I'm gonna do it, but I'm not gonna like that I'm doing it. It's actually how we streamed. I bought that game like forever ago and had it, and I just never got around to like playing it again after the update because the game was like it was a little bit buggy in terms of like audio like dropping out in and out here and there randomly. I heard some people had crashes on that first one, but yeah, I dabbled in it a little bit. But the update for the PS3 of the collection did make it workable. Like we played both of them pretty much fine. Like there were still some weird audio cue cuts, but like I think it's just the fact that it was like emulation at that point that it does those random hard stops and then loops back the thing because that's like a common thing with emulation. It doesn't play the tracks repeatedly on a loop smoothly. It has to like pause and then replay it again like a simulation almost. Yeah, what about Blasphemous? Isn't that a Souls like Castlevania? It is, but like proper true form Castlevania, like, or I shouldn't even say that because Castlevania was originally just like a platformer from like stage to stage, right? But like, dude, I would kill for like a Metroidvania style Castlevania, like a Symphony of the Night, like a Circle of the Moon. Dude, the whole GBA lineup is like fire. I still gotta mess with the DS ones at some point. I think y'all had me do Order of Ecclesia at one point, and then we had like stopped very early on. Also, Reforming One, what's going on? Is Hollow Knight? Yeah, those are all, and yes, those are all Metroidvanias to an extent, but I'm talking about specifically Castlevania, like from Konami, a proper Castlevania, because Igarashi, right? No, Igarashi is his last name, but Koji Igarashi, there we go. He doesn't work at Capcom anymore. He left. He made Bloodstained, and I don't know if he's working on anything else or a sequel to Bloodstained, but that's, as far as I know, the only thing he's been working on since he left Konami. Gosh, 10 years ago, give or take, or something like that. 2015, I think, is when he left Konami. And then Kojima, was not far off from leaving as well. Like that whole like old tenure of like old Capcom was just like leaving at that point. And then the pachinko stuff was going on and all that shit. But yeah, I would love to see that as well. come around full circle, you know. But that's all we got on the gaming side of things. And the show on a light note, though, y'all. Jason Statham in RE4. Let's go. This is your moment of whatever.
I'm listening.
I like posting these up with no context. Why with Ashley? What the fuck? The spin kick on Ashley is the insane part for me. Oh man. Bro, why is he shirtless against fucking oh my god, I forgot his name already. Mendez. Uh-oh.
Tell me about the virus.
It's caused by something called plaga.
Okay, they're dumb. They're dumb. All right. This is just stupid. And there you go, your moment of whatever. Brought to you by Eli Hahn. There we go. Oh my gosh, and that's gonna end that one show over here. If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, oh, sorry, wrong thing. If you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, there's probably gonna be a few different cuts over there. You can always watch it live on twitch.tv/JoAfterWork. If you enjoy what you saw here, give it a like, share with your friends, let them know what we do here. We yap about video games and anything nerdy shit over here that I find interesting over here. And if you want to help out with our partner push going on over here, we are almost in the home stretch. We're in the end game, as the kids would call it. And I will see you all next time. Take care. Love y'all. Remember, fight for your dreams. And dreams will fight for you.